What is it that makes a building project so difficult to overcome for DIYers or do-it-yourself guys? First of all, will I emphasize the sheer amount of parts that is needed to put together, let's say, a villa or a single family unit. The second is there's a lot of law regulation. It differs in what country you're in, but almost in most countries, at least in the Western world, local municipalities or authorities on higher up have something to say on what you can do, cannot do. Then you also have the infrastructure around it. It's possible to build off the grid, of course, and I totally like that. But that creates other difficulties where you have to create those facilities yourself in other ways. So there's a lot of different aspects to look at when you're putting together and trying to build a home. And this makes it very complex. If you compare it to a factory, for some factory products you have also a high amount of different parts that needs to be put together, but rarely on the same amount as with a building. That's a big factory production now. Let's say a car or something similar to that. The other difference from a factory is that you build on a site. The building site is the factory, and you only build there normally like once every 200 years, 100 years, 50 years, or something like that. And in that case, every building is, even if it's a repetition of the same building, the building site is unique. So you could compare it more to a prototype in a factory. Of course, it gets efficient if you can repeat the building process for similar building sites. But as soon as the building site changes, so does the project. So for every building project, it's a unique circumstances around it. And it's a lot of knowledge needed to deal with all this amount of information, both from the product side to the law side, and at the end, for the user's side, what type of building do the people that's going to live there want, what is possible, what products available, and of course price, which is normally determining how big it's possible to build, what facilities you can put in, what level, and so on. So put together these aspects, that explains a little bit of why it's challenging to comprehend for people who are not in the profession, in their daily job.